feature.
Ooh, thank you. I apologize. Then that's just the timer. Thank God. You are a lifesaver. Thank you. So one of our favorite students who comes back to be a leader is Miss Rebecca. Thank you for your genius and thank you for helping us record tonight's session number 8, grand finale, the Gallery of Amazing Things, where we get to express all the stuff we've been learning. Our voice matters, our dreams matters. You matter, and you hold this beautiful container for us to play, explore our imagination, and transform our thinking, our hearts, our minds, and use our voices and be fully expressed. That was a long-winded hello. How's it going, everybody? Okay.
Mhm.
As you can see, I'm super excited. I love what I do. I love you. And we're about to make some magic. This is one of the coolest ones yet. And it brings everything together. Let me get rid of this little extra bar. There we go. Perfect. So, my beautiful sidekick, dynamic duo, Priscilla Perez.
Hello. Yes.
Did you share anything? Go ahead and share some.
Well, I wanted to go over the 7 classes that we did, but I don't have it in front of me. I'm wondering if you had that, like just to do
Ooh.
a
Yeah,
run.
let's see the best review for that, because I do, but my brain says visual, but I don't see that one working out too well. I can definitely read them to you.
Yeah. Read the 7 classes.
All right, so let me review it that way so we can just get an idea. So what you can do, actually, you know what? First of all, we got to ground. So we got to stay in our structure, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. And then what I'll do is I'll walk us through a visual meditation, what it is. So that way we can use the visuals of our mind to envision everything. So I'll just take us through that. So it'll work out perfect.
Oh, wait,
So
Joshua, could you
yeah,
lower the music just a little bit?
just gonna ask you, I was like, is that high on your side? Because it's definitely on my side.
And did you make me a co-host?
And you are my wonderful co-host. Yes.
You.
Okay. So let's go ahead and wiggle into our seats and close our eyes and go within all that magic, worthiness, all that beautiful energy, remembering who we are. It's right inside of us, everything we need. Take a big deep breath in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe in light and love and energy. Breathe it out and relax into your space. Breathe in, I am love. I am safe. I am light. Relax as you breathe out. Nice sigh. Just really relax from your whole day. Breathe in. I am safe. I am love. I am light. Really letting your body know it's safe to start to bring out your little children. It's safe to play. Give yourself some love. Breathe in. Breathe out and relax even further. Release and work today. Come to this present moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in, acknowledge yourself for the 7 weeks that brought you here, the courage to sign up for something. Maybe you might not even have known what it was, but the courage to do something to love yourself. Acknowledge yourself for all you did today. Acknowledge yourself for making it happen right now. Take a breath into that. Breathe out. And as we continue to breathe, we open up this space full of gratitude and love. We welcome our higher spirits, higher guides, wisdom within. We set an intention and activate it to give us expansion, freedom, self-expression, to show us something new. All the things, the guides, the spirit animals, everything that's here to show us something new, how we can be a contribution in this great creation. Breathe into that. Breathe out. And as we have our intention to grow and learn and build community and express ourselves, take your last really big deep breath in, breathe it in real big and hold it at the top. Put your hand on your heart. Connect with all that energy that's within you, that heartbeat, that breath of life, that energy that you are. Remember, this is who you are. Great wisdom from the stars. You have the stardust in you, you have light in you. When you use your voice, you shine bright, you help others ignite and let it all out. And relax into the knowing that it is perfect right here. You are perfect, home complete. And very, very gently bring your eyes open. Okay, so magical. We now have our safe container to come out. Let our little children come out and play. Let our voices be free. Feel the freedom. And I'm going to walk us through a little bit and just use your mind's eye to imagine what these classes are. So in the beginning, we grounded with knowing that I am an original. Peace begins with me. So we used our hand and we had that beautiful expression of our hands, and that helped us remember that I'm an original, right? So if you can see my screen, I have I'm an original. We filled it in with our affirmations, because as we start to recognize that I'm an original, my unique thumbprint, my unique handprint leaves my mark on the world. That's me expressing my voice. We also put affirmations in it. So as we put our affirmations in it, that helps us stay grounded in knowing who we are, that radiant light that comes from the stars, that inner wisdom. Then we moved into the creative process of our inner child, the joyful memory. So we started using our powerful imagination to, we started using our powerful imagination to bring out our inner child into play, and to access the power of play and seeing through the eyes of a child, this bringing in more wonder and joy in our life. Then we had our beautiful little caterpillars. So we brought out our inner child, we realized we're an original, and then we started talking about, well, what are we feeding ourselves?
Good.
Huh?
I'm just holding mine up.
Oh, you're holding yours up too? I cannot see the screen, so thank you. You can help me if there's a visual. Perfect. So then we have our caterpillars, and we are then seeing what we're feeding our mind and what we're eating on and what we're becoming. And then we create, and we feel that calling to shift and to change and let it go. And we step into the transformation, right? And we step into that beautiful release process, that therapeutic process, watercolor discovery. And we see the beautiful colors of our full expression and our breakthrough, stepping through those limits and all that brain junk food that was eaten or whatever. Actually, it was just a gift, because really it's not a bad thing. It's exactly what gave us the compassion and the love for what we now know that we're going to do. We love people and we love the things we love because of our caterpillars and all the stuff they ate. Came from our family, came from our community, came from our experience. So it's actually beautiful. So now we're on the 5th round. So after the butterfly, we came to the micro version of My Dreams Matter, My Ideas Matter, which was a smaller idea of the Gallery of Amazing Things, which you'll find out today, which was the little frames that Priscilla's holding up. And that helped us explore more watercolor and our ideas and how they matter, and we can capture them now and frame them and really give them the love and respect they deserve by framing them. But we didn't have to go to Walmart or the store or Michael's. There's online. We just draw them now because we're geniuses. We're accessing that creative freedom and expression. Then we go into the voice of judgment. Every artist, whether they're little, big, has a voice of judgment. Am I really good enough? Am I not? I've really come to that conclusion is all my students today, they said the same thing. I judge myself in my drawings. And it's like, you know what? I'm just about just to say everybody does it. And you know what? We get to actually have a relationship and love that voice of judgment and give it a little character. So that way it's no longer us. It's no longer in control. We're now the observers. We're the creators. We're the artist, and we create our little characters. And then we have, following that, we now create our characters. So we create our voice of wisdom. And that voice of wisdom is now, again, we created it. So now we're actually stepping into even more power of the observer, because now we created our darkness and our light. And we remember that we're the radiant energy that's all of the above. So now we really have that power, and we have now characters that we can choose. So now we have more choice, more freedom of expression and choice. And I actually, sometimes I need to be in my sad character. So that's a choice too. And then we come to the bridge, where we're learning all sorts of stuff, but we want to now really stand and see a vision of where we're going. So we have our bridge, and we cross over, and we have all of our tools in the middle. We have everything that we let go and we broke through, and we now stand in the vision of where we're going. We have our little character having a lot of fun. We added all sorts of magical stuff that we did. We saw Priscilla's beautiful handwriting in there as well. So we draw inspiration from that. And all of you been sharing your stuff. So we all draw inspiration from that as well. And now we've come to the grand finale of number 8 of the Artist Brain. And this is where we now come to our slides, so I can show you what that looks like. Thank you for listening to me share my books. And
Well,
go ahead, Pete, while I'm setting it up. Go.
Yeah. So as we shared the 8 weeks, we would love to open up the space to let you guys share, like what came up for you in this last week, any of the homeworks. What would you like to share? Something that might have opened up, or even with the 8 weeks, something that really stood out to you, since it's like just fresh in our minds.
I just realized I didn't do last week's homework.
That is okay. Because guess what? You got videos, and a book, and more time, because you can do it at any time.
Not grading you.
No, we're giving you stuff that you can access all the time. So it's not, of course we want you to do it, and that's why we gave it to you. And you have a book with everything you need to do it at any time. So thank you for sharing that. And what's one thing that you got from doing whatever you did? What's one thing that you felt inspired by? What's one thing you didn't know? What's one thing you stepped through?
Perfectionism was pushed aside. I would say part of it's still a little bit there, but I love being messy now and just keeping things real and just, trying stuff out. And I've only got 4 or 3 pages left in my sketchbook, and I went, oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yes. You made it through a whole book. What?
I know. So I'm excited to get a new one. I'd love to take Hunter's, but I'll let him have his. He doesn't use as much as I do, but
no, and that's beautiful. I mean, the courage that it takes to start and have your own book, the consistency to actually finish a book, which is not there, it's not always common, right? And you've been doing it for a little while now, because this is your second round here, so that's super awesome. Yeah. And that's so cool, that freedom to be messy. Wow, I mean, how many people want that, right? To be okay with the messiness. And I love it. So beautiful. Thank you.
It was also too very inspiring, and allowed me to dream. Like, I was able to dream more this time. And not that you guys didn't hold that space last time, I just feel like I'm more in a receptive mode to want to play. You're
very special to me, Rebecca, especially because I know your story for so we've played in many different containers, not just ours. Like we've been in TML and we've been in like gratitude. Like we understand all these different things, and you keep transforming. And you are a very inspiring person to be able to allow people to step into something like this when they don't feel it's possible. Like, because you were not about it, and then you stayed with it long enough where now you have freedom now, and that you broke through it. You didn't run from it, you faced it head on, and now you have a full book of all of those experiences. And you're now saying is, I feel powerful and I feel free and I feel expressed. Like that is cool. Imagine how many people wish they could have that. You are a light for them to follow in a path that they might not see too much light. So thank you for you. And Eve, what you got?
I was something a little bit similar to Rebecca. I think just the idea of playing and having fun rather than having to have everything be so serious, I think is the biggest thing that I'm taking away. Like I can just treat things as play, and even in life itself, not everything has to be so serious all the time. So that's been super amazing and transformational for me.
Cool. And then how does it feel for you as far as sharing your voice or speaking up or doing how's that experience for you? Because I know you mentioned a little of that in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a lot better too. So that kind of is along the same lines, like the fear of speaking or being heard is because I was taking everything so seriously, and now it's much easier for me to express myself because I'm not putting that amount of pressure on myself that I was before.
Oh, okay. So you feel more light and expressed, and the pressure's not as heavy. So
Yes.
all right, I love it. That's fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything that you shared with us. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Pete, got anything on your heart from either one of what their shares or just for you?
Really wonderful to hear like the growth that you guys are feeling and experiencing, and thank you for the acknowledgement of the lessons that we share and the tools we share. A lot of it we just made up from scratch, right, from our own life experiences. So they're really valuable, and packaging them up in this way and sharing them with people is like my life's work, Joshua's life's work, and yeah, our hearts are really in this. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, and Eve, I acknowledge you for your courage too, right? Because it's not if you started off saying that I don't really speak up as much, and I want to, right? And then you chose to sit in a container that kind of pushed you to the edge, and then you started doing it, right? I just was looking at some of the images, and I love like even your last little images, the orange, really bright color, which is really, it has an orange warm feeling. So it's warming, it creates a nurturing, but it's also yellow and orange, which is like willpower and creativity as far as the chakras go. So like even your drawings in themselves have an energy of I speak up now. So that's really, really beautiful. And it takes courage, right? Because it's not always easy, because otherwise you'd already be doing it.
Right.
So cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I really love the idea too that it transfers over. So transferable knowledge is so cool. It's like you can take one tool and use it for another area of your life. So being able to have more freedom or to be more relaxed or playful in your life, even though we accessed it through the visual communications and through the guided experience that we presented, well, now it carried over into another space. It's kind of like if I learned the ABCs and I learned how to read one book, well, I can learn how to read a math book, a science book. I could read all books. That transfers over. And the same thing when we wire our brain with creativity and visual communication and self-expression. Well, how cool is that when it shows up in other places? And you being able to say it, again, it's not just art, it's self-expression. It's knowing who I am. It's self-discovery. So cool. Thank you for you. Because why we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Somebody wouldn't be able to hear this, have the inspiration to be able to do the same thing as you. So you matter, and you sharing and you taking the courage to do it is very important. So thank you.
Joshua.
Cool. Okay. So now let's play a little. And P is one of my inspirations. And let's see, what's one of my takeaways, right? My voice matters too. So one of my takeaways is feeling, so having, when I'm courageous and I stick to things long enough, I feel what it truly feels like. So I've had some experiences in my past life where I would start things and quit because I would give up on them. But like when I have the courage to stick through and experience all that I experienced, so you guys allow me to feel like I matter, like I'm worthy. Because same thing is like, oh, my drawings don't matter, I'm not good enough. Well, I think that people don't want to take my courses sometimes. Like my voice of judgment is like, oh, this isn't really that good. People aren't gonna want to pay for this. It's not gonna help anybody. You're just kind of making it up and you're fake. So like, I'll quit and I'll just go try and do something else and hopefully that'll work. But then I'll quit. So like when I stay long enough, my body just feels like, oh, you did it. And this is actually helping people and it's helping yourself. So like to be able to sit and to feel myself do that, but not run from it is a lesson for me. Like that's really important. And I wouldn't have that if I wasn't in this container. So it is something that I learned, especially from all of us together doing that. Okay, so let's bring this slide back up. And let's see. Got a whole bunch of things in my way. Come on. There it is. Okay. So these little images help us remember that our ideas matter, our dreams matter. We started with our container. We had our little share session, which is like a breakout. We talked about all the fun stuff we learned. So my ideas matter, my desires matter, my dreams matter, my voice matters. Talked a lot about that. We talked a lot about our ideas and how we framed them and gave them that special attention that they deserve. So you get that attention and you're the one giving it to yourself, right? We can all give ourselves the love we need. And now we're going to present this in a way that allows all of us to kind of exhibit our work. And firstly, to ourselves, to really acknowledge ourselves for all the hard work we've done. And then if you feel inspired, which we encourage you to at this point, to share this with the world and have your own exhibition, your own little gallery. So just like we did with our frames, instead of going out and buying one, we're creative geniuses now, or at least we're on the path. We're going to make our own gallery. So this gallery is the gallery of amazing things. So you can see mine and you can see Priscilla's. I really love Priscilla's line work. And I feel honored to let her lead me and all of us in this. So she will be leading us through it. And it's a little idea of how we come all in contribution and collaboration. So I originally was working with some of this with some of my little students. And then when I met Priscilla, she was drawing with me because she's like, I want to draw too. And then she draws it and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I love all your frames. You draw so nice and you do special things with your lines and so nice. I want to draw your stuff. So then we go back and forth and we get inspiration from each other. So this beautiful creation here is our gift to you. And then we get to see your gift to us into the world by filling it in. So we're going to do our frames blank. And we're going to put our ideas and things we've learned from the classes in there. So that way we can catch it all in a gallery. And then we'll share it in the end. You most likely won't have it all the way finished, so we'll have to share it in the chat. And this is where my dynamic duo can start to take it over for us. Any other words you have, Priscilla?
Yeah, you're gonna lead us through this creating the structure, and I'm gonna
first
lead
part.
us through
Aha.
decorating. Right. Thank
Perfect. You are absolutely right. Okay. So I'm going to lead you for the first part, and then she's going to fill in the second part. So we're going to do it together. So get your notebooks ready. If you have your watercolors available, you can have them on there if you want them. I'm going to use mostly markers. You can still use markers in a watercolor brush if you have your loaded brush. I have a little bit of both. We'll see which way I go, but this is a little bit more on the open expression. So we're going to give you the structure so that way you can create on top. So get those few things ready, and I will turn this light on and jump right on.
I have a question. My Zoom is updated.
Ah,
Mute myself.
is update right now?
No, it's updated since the last time I've been on it. I can't mute myself.
Okay, well, it's not too big of a deal. I mean, I can mute you. But let's see. There you go. You're muted. Yeah.
Could you unmute yourself if you wanted to talk?
No, what about that? Yeah. So if you click that, then you'll be able to unmute. And if not, do your best to wave at us. I mean, hopefully we're not in like a creative channel, not looking up. We'll see. I'll keep an eye out for you. I'll keep looking back. All right, so let's see if my phone has any issues coming in. Okay, pencils, marker, watercolor. You have your book, so you can even look through your book in the next couple minutes. Okay. Spotlight for everybody. There we go. All right. So I can't spot it. Okay. Here we go. So now we're going to use two markers. So we're going to draw a light until we get it right. But in the marker, we have to just draw a light and then come back in and add contrast. So find yourself a gray or really light blue. Okay, so pick one of your neutral colors, your very light neutral colors or your soft neutral colors. And we're going to go ahead and start to draw it all in. Okay, I want us to stay grounded with our ideas down here. So we got to leave space for our character and our words to welcoming to the gallery. So our banner and some words. So if your hand was here, you'd basically have like a little circle where your hand is, where you're not going to draw anything. I'm going to guide you through that, so you shouldn't have that, but I also want you to be aware. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start. Let me give you a measurement. You measured half of your pencil or your pen. Actually, let's do that. I think that'll work even better. So right around this area, what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to draw a line. Then you're going to go up, not too tall. Okay, now some magical stuff Priscilla taught me is to leave a little variance in the line. So have your lines break a little bit here and there. And that's very appealing to the eye, so aesthetically pleasing. And then we're gonna come across the top.
Yeah, and you can make your line like a little wobbly, like slightly.
Yeah, I was doing mine super crispy, so you could do a little wobbly. You're right. Thank you very much. So you can see the contrast. So I started super bold and dark and solid, and then I started breaking it up a little. Luckily, it was on the bottom, so it works really well. Okay, then inside this doorway, if we do a little angle back, and then there's a point right here, like right after the center, it's gonna point off. So we're gonna stay the same length. Right after the center, we're just gonna chisel it off to a point. Throw a few streaks in here, little hatches. Okay, then we even have a back room back here. That'll make more sense once we have our walls. Okay, so then for our walls, we got to come towards the corner of our page, but a little bit higher because we're not going all the way down that far. So one, oh, I love my thick lines, as I can see. And we're doing 2 angles out. So if you imagined there was a center, it would be like that, like boom. So they're coming out as angles. So the same way that's out, this top has to go out, but the opposite. So it's kind of like you put an X across the page. And that one's gonna come up and up. So now we have a room that we're gonna exhibit all of our artwork. So we have this wall, and everything for perspective is to stay in parallel. So everything, if we had a line across the center, everything below is gonna open up, and everything above is gonna open up that way, so like an X. So in the center is how we're gonna, it's gonna be flat, but everything going down is gonna expand down, everything going up is gonna expand up. So first, let's match this back wall and leave a little bit of space on the top and the bottom. And then we're gonna match the floorboard and come out. And you can see that it's gonna open up like the side of an X. So we're gonna match the top line. So you can even do your hand so you get the idea of the movement. And it opens up that way. So now that it opened up like that, we could build our first frame. Okay, you can use mine if for some reason it's not flowing so well for you. Choose a different one. We also are writing it with a light marker. So if we really need to, you can color on top of it and it'll disappear. It's like a 3, 3. And then I'm going to do another 3 or a W and an M. Nice, beautiful, fancy frame. Okay, so now that's one big frame on the side. Then right here, next to the doorway, we're gonna have 3. So we're gonna have an oval, a rectangle, and a square. Okay, so we gotta leave enough room for the frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go oval, then at the top of the oval, we're gonna do like a curve, smaller curve, and a smaller curve. create the contrast on the other end. So we'll create balance by doing the same thing on this side. Then we'll do 2 on the sides. Could be a little bit smaller if you want. Right across from it, keeping the balance on both sides of my frame. Wiggle in a little bit of line to connect the outside of the rest. There's one beautiful frame there. I'm going to do a rectangle up here. And another one a different direction down here. Two shapes there, and then you can either make your own frame or use these ones. These ones are kind of extravagant, so we'll keep this one a little bit less. And we are halfway through our picture frames. Okay, we're gonna come over here and put a nice big one here, and then we'll put whatever else we can put in there. I'm a little bit close to this wall, so be careful not to get too close to that corner. 3 bumps. 3 bumps. 3 bumps. That's little kid language. If you want to speak in art language, you say 3 curves. Bumps are fun too. Circles inside of the corners. Super cute. Thank you, P.
Nice, yeah.
P's been doing it so long and seen so many chalkboards and seen so much graffiti. Yeah, she just spits it out like a machine. Much better than a machine. Conscious creator. Okay. Little ones all the way around. Oh yeah. And we're gonna put one last one here. Make sure you leave room for the edges. Hit all your corners with a nice little. You can see the pattern that I went in with. It makes it a little easier for flow. It's like bam, 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 bam. And we're gonna put one more frame on the wall, and then we're gonna turn it over to the wonderful Priscilla Perez, and she will guide us through creating the invitation to our gallery. Okay, so this one, I'm copying that. I'm copying this. I'm copying this. So if we just trace basically this, you're going to do that same thing inside. If you need to start with that back wall first to stay grounded so that we have your structure and then come off, you can do it that way. And then if you want, do your own frame or copy this one. It's a bigger frame, so it's get a little bit more extravagant. Whoa, that was not what I wanted. All good. And now you have your very own wall of all these blank canvases for your beautiful ideas to go on. And we'll pause for a second and let you finish where you're at. And then Priscilla will come on and switch over to bringing in our fun little character. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, comments? All right, perfect. So I will then give you one more minute and I'll switch over to Priscilla's phone. Oh, you know what? I can switch over now because she drew it too. Oh, she drew a different one. So nice.
Yeah, I drew it a little different.
Perfect.
And mine is pretty light.
Yeah.
I guess I could start making it a little darker while you guys are. I'm gonna use a blue marker, change things up, and instead of doing black, we're just gonna do blue.
How you doing, Rebecca? You almost ready for the second part? Okay, cool. I see you. And you, Eve, you almost ready for the second part too? Okay, good. All right, P, as soon as you're ready, they're both ready.
All right, awesome. So I'll just finish my last little frame, or this one frame. Okay, so yeah, we've been doing this class with quite a few different groups of people and friends. And one really fun thing that somebody brought into the container one time was to draw. I mean, I don't think art galleries, Mr. Joshua said this before, but really have like too many plants and things like that. But you know, there's like a little room for just play, and we can just add things that we think are kind of fun. So I added myself a little plant right there by the door, because why not? And someone else added they made a chandelier for their art gallery. It was like so fancy. Another person added hanging plants to their art gallery. So you could really make this like whatever you want, all from your handy dandy imagination. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with our little character. And we're gonna place our inner child character like towards this side, the left side. And if you have a little inner child character that you really like, that you've been kind of developing, go ahead and go for that one and put it on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the one that I like to do a lot. And she is a little girl with bangs. And she's got ears. I like to do my ears. And pigtails.
Okay, and be mindful that you're leaving space on the side for the calligraphy.
Right, yeah. On the right side is going to be a whole thing with words. Alrighty. And while this is going, Mr. Joshua could be playing computer sound, sharing computer sound. So she is, I like to draw a little heart and some little animation lines coming off of it, like the energy of love permeating through the room, aka the whole world. And got her little feet, gonna be. And then she's excited. So her hands are kind of up. So there she is. And from here, we can go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead and finish up draw one more last thing for your little characters. And then we're going to go ahead and start doing the words. So this is the Gallery of Amazing Things. And we're going to write welcome to the Gallery of Amazing Things. And one fun way that I did before was I drew a little mat. Maybe I'll do it for this one. Kind of a little welcome mat. And even the welcome mat follows the perspective, right? So the rules of being tapered, like a shape that's pretty much, think of a triangle. There's only this part that we're seeing. The point that the two lines are going to is invisible, but it's like right over here. All right, so there's my mat. I'm gonna write welcome inside my mat. Welcome to my. Now, if you guys have these super tip markers, Crayola, they're really awesome for learning to do calligraphy style lettering. There's a certain way that you can hold the tip pointed, and you can go ahead and do a thinner line and a thicker line when you angle it. There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to do faux calligraphy. We call it faux calligraphy or modern calligraphy. You'll be able to learn how to use these really inexpensive, colorful markers to do that. Because there's definitely really beautiful markers. Like Jillian has a nice set of markers, and those are a really awesome way to go. But to start and to have fun, these do a really awesome job. Welcome to I'm gonna write gallery, and we're gonna do it in a banner. I'm gonna go ahead and do one of my roller coaster banners. And we still definitely want to have some space on the bottom. Right, so we do the little triangles, and then we do the little sideways M's for the wings on each side. And then we have the word gallery, which I'll go ahead and do that trick again with how to center our word. Right, so it's gallery. We've got the letter L. This one right here is in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're going to go ahead and do the L in the middle. E, R, I, and then the other L. Right, so centering the word on the banner. And then the A, and then my last letter to go down is the G, which is the first letter. Gallery of and then we have amazing things. Then we are going to go ahead and go ahead and keep adding more details to your picture frames. Anything else that you missed through there? And see if you did want to add a plant around somewhere in your art gallery space. Another fun idea would be if you had space above your doorway, maybe there's something that you would write there. Like that could even say welcome, maybe next time. I've done that before. Yeah. So welcome to my gallery of amazing things. So at this point, definitely draw in some more details, and really what's going to go inside your frames. I'd love to see some of the things that you remembered from this class that you really enjoyed, and some ideas that you have, right? Some concepts, kind of like the other class where we were talking about my ideas matter, my desires, and my dreams matter. So putting them inside those frames. And you can even add color into some spaces.
So cool.
Yeah, so many details to put in here. You know, with mine, I wanted to show you guys that your contour, your line work doesn't always have to be black. You can choose purple, you can choose blue. You know, and see how it starts to maybe change your artwork a little bit. I think it's quite interesting. So dark. Alrighty, we're gonna work on these for another minute or so. Start to add in our last details. Our last details for now. Soon we'll be sharing our artworks, and then after that, before we close out, we want to share a song with you guys. Alrighty, we're gonna start to bring it to a close. Okay. And we can start getting ready to do some shares. Now, Mr. Joshua?
Huh?
Getting ready to do some shares.
Yeah, we are. All right. Let's bring it on in, everybody.
Hey. Always add more details later. All right, so who would like to share first? Share your artwork and about it.
I can share
Yeah.
my gallery.
Oh, yeah.
Super cute.
So hard to see, but this is an apple tree. I'm calling my business Apple Tree Meditation. So this is my apple tree.
So cool.
And then these are some just dreamy pink clouds. You can't really see them that well. And this is my inner child.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Nice banner.
Thank you.
So nice.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, I can't wait till you take a picture so we can see the full details. and
Yeah.
appreciate
Oh
it.
yes, I'll send pictures of all my stuff after this.
Ah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank
Hey,
you.
oh, Rebecca, here, let me see if I can unmute you. Oh, I don't know if I can. I think you have to do it. There you go.
I think I got it.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Yay, so cute.
Nice.
With little like stars and little butterfly and little sunshine with some clouds and birds and just kind of daydreaming and a little flower and gonna do a little bee, but yeah, it was fun.
Beautiful. Look at your little plant in there, too. Oh, yeah.
I like plants.
So
I love to see
nice.
some of the lessons showing up in your picture frames.
Thank you.
Butterfly. Mm-hmm.
That erasable or whatever washable marker doesn't wash off very well.
Off
that
of
a
your hands?
Huh?
On your thumb?
When I did my fingerprint and I went to go wash it off right away and it won't come off.
Whoa. Not
Well,
from the
now
one,
it looks like
the one from
a
before?
green never mind.
What's that?
Was that today?
Just now.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, you did that before, too.
Yeah, but this color really doesn't wash off.
Well, you might be a little bit more dried out, so your skin is a little bit more soaked it up. You were like a dry canvas. Yeah, yeah. So, because you're in the winter, right?
Yep, good point.
That's so cool. No, that's fine. Hey, now you can tell a story though. Be like, oh, what's on your? Oh, I was doing some artwork.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, instead of a green thumb, you got a blue thumb now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artist thumb. All
Let's
right.
see. Guys.
Yeah, let me see. Here is mine. I went a different route. I went all wood grain.
Oh, cool.
So I went with the browns, and I was in the jungle a little, so you can see I got a little bit of tan going on there. And yeah, I was just working on how to turn it into wood grain. And if you put lines up and down and then little spirals, it'll turn it in to wood grain. When I was little, I used to draw like wood stuff a lot. So I don't know.
That's cool.
That's cool.
You can kind of see that I used just a few different shades of brown. So I have my fingers like this, and I just went back and forth between the same color harmonies so I could get like wood grain.
Cool. Nice.
And thank you. And then I think like I'll probably have to keep going back in there with the black to make it come back out because it's all kind of blended. But it'll jump. Like you could see, like it's more contrast on him. So that, and I didn't even get to my pictures yet, which I will. So thank you very much.
Very nice.
And P, let's see your masterpiece. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did some nature on this one. Then I did like a crown for royalty and a smiley face and a rainbow just because little kids love drawing rainbows. And a diamond to remember the diamond within and all the layers that are like on top of my diamond, but the diamond's always there, and just uncovering every single time a little bit more. And it's sparkling. And then today I had a conversation with a little girl, and I started to talk about what it means to be a thought leader. So my thoughts are thoughts of love, and they are one of my superpowers and one of my magic. And that is my gallery of amazing things.
Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect.
Beautiful.
So nice.
I like how you have how you shaded in the walls but it gave it like a dimension, a flow, a movement by the way that you did it.
Oh yeah. I just like something just told me to go in there and do all these like little exactly like suggested shadow lines or right, it just fills up the space a little bit more. Thank you. So fun. Very nice. Okay.
All right. So if we got any golden nuggets from today.
Well, I would love to, Mr. Joshua, if we could share. We have a beautiful song for you that we would love.
Oh, let's do that. You want to do that first? Okay.
to share.
Perfect. I feel inspired from your background scratches. I was gonna use watercolor, which I think I still will, but I'll scratch it in there first and then wash it with water. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this song for you.
Right, and we could even close our eyes and receive the words and just know that everything we ever need is inside of us, and we are way more than enough. Right? Like all the dreams that we have and the things that we want to create in this world and all the ways that we want to express ourselves and show up. And even when those times can feel a little bit scary, like it's all inside of you and it's always been there. It's like waiting to come out. And it's just such a beautiful, courageous, and brave thing to allow it. To allow it to flow through.
Yeah. Really sit in the idea of acknowledging yourself. But the courage it took you to sit through all these classes and make it all the way to the end and to express yourself on the level that you have and really access tools to help share with the world that you are enough, to share with yourself first and then the world that you are enough. And let this song be that reminder. And here we go.
This is an invitation to all my people. No matter who you are, what you done, or when you came from. Everyone is different, but everyone is equal. We got the same heart, we all play a part. It's simple, and everything you do happens to cause a ripple. And everything you say can create something beautiful. Don't be afraid, go ahead and sing your song. Open up your heart, you can't do it wrong because you are already more than enough. You are already more than enough. You are already more than enough. watching you, so go and be yourself. Even if they're watching you, then go and be yourself. Nobody is watching you, so go and be yourself. Be yourself and no one else. Be yourself and no one else. Say nobody is watching you, so go and be yourself. Even if they're watching you, then go and be yourself. Yeah, nobody is watching you, so go and be yourself. Be yourself and no one else. Be yourself and no one else, because you are already more than enough. 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 You're 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 more than enough. I release and let go of my story. I never really needed it anyway. And all I ever have is this moment, this moment, this moment. I release and let go of my story, 'cause no one's even reading it anyway. And all I ever have is this
Release
moment,
the story.
this moment,
Release
this moment, this moment, this
Feel
moment.
inspired, start to move your hands, bring yourself into space and start to lift yourself out and embody what does it feel to be like enough. Embody it and start to move into what does it feel like to be enough. Feel the freedom of it in your body.
This moment, this moment is this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment, it's this moment, 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 this moment.
Alright, go ahead and stand up and start to move through your whole body now. Open your eyes and just celebrate. Celebrate you made it. Yeah.
You are already more than enough. You are already more than enough. You are already more than enough.
Ooh, that's such a fun.
Yeah.
This is an invitation.
Oh, hey, rewind.
That's a fun,
How was that, friends?
that's a fun song.
Yeah, awesome.
So cool.
Who sings this?
That is Toby Love.
Tubby
Oh,
Love.
Tubby Love. There you go, Tubby. Sorry.
Yeah. Beautiful. You are more than enough. And with that energy, I would love to hear some takeaways and how you're feeling and any last words.
Yeah.
Something you learned about yourself.
Unmuted.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Hey, I didn't think I was. I'm just very thankful. I'm thankful for the learning and for the space and for the group that we have, and like Eve said too, trying to keep this on a path where I continue doing it to keep using it. So
So cool.
very thankful.
Thank you.
Rebecca.
Yeah, it just feels very free, and like my creativity is infinite, which I definitely didn't feel like before this class. I felt limited, and now it's just like,
Oh, it's so infinite. She's disappeared. She just exploded into the universe. Yes.
That was a drop the mic moment.
She was just like, it's poof, exploded. That is fantastic.
Eve,
we know we love your images. I was like, you just exploded into infinite.
Here she is.
Yes, you just exploded into the universe.
You were infinite.
Infinite explosion. That was perfect.
Cracking.
So perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like my creativity is unbounded and I can create anything. So thank you so much for that power and potential. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. That is excellent.
That's so beautiful to hear the things that you've come to, right? Because we've shared tools with you, and it's really you guys, right? It's all you opening yourselves up and trusting the process and really listening and digging deep and getting into that path of self-discovery. Beautiful.
Yeah, and the tools that you have now in your book, right? So these books are things that we use throughout our whole life. Me and Priscilla use books and sketchbooks with all these visuals in it for everything we do. This side of my book right here is the Creative Now. This side is the teachings that I do with little kids. So I use it to communicate like my hero self, right? I use my picture frames in other areas to express my ideas and the things I want to share with people. So you now have your very own tool guide to help you do this all the time. And whether it's personally, just to give yourself the freedom and joy of your own self-expression, your own self-discovery, or to communicate your message to other people, you now have it all in your hands and you can continue to add to it. So we encourage you to keep practicing it as much as possible. Repeat the processes, mix and match some processes, ask somebody from the group to play with you and do some more stuff, talk to us, try other creative things, and just keep expressing yourself and bring it into your other practices. This is therapeutic healing stuff. So if you have meditation and things, do a meditation when you come out, now draw about it. You know what I mean? Like use these tools, do a meditation and now express a color of how that made you feel. That's therapeutic stuff. So there's all sorts of fun things that you can do with what you have now. So keep using it and keep expressing yourself. And of course, share with us and share with the world your light and this freedom and this expression. And we are grateful for you because we couldn't do this without you. So we love you guys. And you guys teach us so much all the time as well. So we are grateful on many levels.
And I'll be flying to Puerto Rico on Saturday, so I don't know if this is going to come out to you guys like as soon as tomorrow or something, but definitely are going to be sending a place for you guys to leave a testimonial and just like a few prompts for you to, if you wanted to leave a video testimonial, that's even better. And hey, if you get off this Zoom call and just with all this beautiful, inspiring energy, you want to get on your own video and do a vertical, like 30 seconds, how you're feeling, you just finish the Creative Now and then send it, that'd be amazing. So yeah, we're going to be launching officially the Creative Now's Artist Brain on February 23rd. So is that less than a month away? Yeah.
Definitely less than a month away.
22323.
Yeah.
So really exciting stuff. Yes.
Cool. And is there anything with your drawings or any of the stuff that we have that we've recorded, any of that, is there anything in there that you would not like us to share? Is there anything that we can share? Is there anything around any of that? Like if you said something like, oh, this helped me step through my creativity or something, are you guys okay or not okay with us sharing any of it to use it to support what we're doing all together? Is there anything on that? Because I mean, we can share it with you first to make sure of anything. But if there's anything that you're like, I'm not too sure on that, or it's okay. Really what it would be is like maybe like one or two of your golden nuggets. Like at the end, we ask you like what it is. I haven't done it, but I wouldn't mind going through and looking of stuff where we said, oh, this is something really awesome that it helped us learn this thing. And of course, I don't feel like we said anything that was super confidential or anything.
Right.
So if it's okay in the future, I mean, it's not going out tomorrow, obviously, but we'd like to use it to share some of your breakthroughs. And it might even be just your pictures. Like, oh, look at some of the awesome artwork that's coming from our class. Are you guys okay with us sharing some of that stuff?
Thumbs up?
Yeah, you can share anything from me.
Yeah. Thank
check
you.
in
And of course, we're going to tag you and share and show what you're doing so you'll know about it. It's not something we're doing outside of you guys. So thank you for that. That'll support. It'll show a little bit what you guys are up to, and then it'll also show what we're up to, and then you will help us build what we are building. So thank you for that.
Alrighty.
Okay. And
Thanks, Rebecca.
all right. Well, then let's close out. We'll just do a little tiny closing breathing meditation, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, so let's wiggle in. Let me go ahead and get us a little background jams. Go with our meditation. This one. Right here, audio sharing. All right, go ahead and close your eyes and go within. Return to that safe, beautiful space full of creative energy. Access a memory of your inner child. Find some joy. Start to breathe into that joyful moment. Imagine a time where you felt joy and you felt free, fully expressed, confident, love. Really call forth with the mind's eye and your imagination. Fill this container. So now as you start to imagine it, I want you to start to really imagine into it. And as it starts to come to your mind's eye, I want you to start to open your chest and lean back a little, puff up your chest and really activate your heart and breathe a big breath into your heart and fill your heart up with that energy. Then release it out and let it charge our container, our little space here. Just fill it up. Imagine you're breathing it out and filling up our energy of all of us in a nice big bubble. Breathe it back in. Imagine you're breathing in. And fill us up with energy. All of us giving each other our joy, our love, our freedom, our connection. Really fill this space up with all your intention to give all of us this magical connection. Breathe it in, and now we're going to make our bubble get even bigger. I want it to bubble up until your whole house is filled. So everybody in your house. Breathe into that. Then breathe out and relax in it as your house is full to the brim. And on your next breath in, I want you to breathe it into your whole block, your whole neighborhood. Breathe all that in and spread it all out even further. Breathe out and relax into it and enjoy that energy filling up, giving it to all your loved ones, all the people in your community. Now breathe in. I want this one to go into your whole state. Fill up your whole state. Whole place of where you're at. Breathe into that. Relax out. I want you to breathe in and fill up all of America. Breathe that all in. Put all that energy out there. You're spreading it out. Now on this next one, I want you to breathe in and fill up the whole earth with love, joy, freedom, expression. Breathe it in and charge the whole energy of the earth. Breathe out and relax into it. And on your last breath in, you're going to breathe in so big that it goes to the edge of the universe. It's going to spread all the way out past all the planets, all the way to the edge, and breathe it in real, real big and spread it all the way out to the edge of existence. And relax it all into it and just experience connection to everything that is, the wisdom that's within you, around you, all that I am, that we are, radiant energy of all the stars. Take another big deep breath in. And breathe out really slow. Just blow it out really, 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 really slow. And very gently bring your eyes back open. Yay. Thank you for sharing your love and your light. Continue shining bright. We love you so much. Have a beautiful night. Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys. See you later.